Okay, this is a video lesson about how to change your image into a bitmap in Photoshop. The first thing you're going to do is bring your image into Photoshop. I've already done that here. This is my black and white image. At this point, you'll want to look at the size of your image. That's in image size. You'll want your image to be 35 inches wide or smaller. Remember, we talked in class about how the printer width is 36. So as long as you have your image less than 36 and then are considering, the height of your image relative to how much it's going to cost. We talked about that in class a little bit. But the basics of it is your image must be smaller than 35 inches. So I'll hit OK. At this stage, you could also play around with your brightness, contrast, levels, that kind of thing, making your image lighter or darker. You'll want some nice blacks, some bright whites, and some intermediate zones, basically just making your image into a relatively high contrast, good looking black and white photo. And here we're going to start the bitmap process. You're going to go into Image, Mode. Oh, I also forgot to say, you'll want to go into Image Mode Grayscale. That's going to remove the color information from your image. But I already did that. So now to make your bitmap, you're going to go into Image, Mode, Bitmap. In this first window, you're going to say Output 300 pixels per inch. You're going to say Method Halftone Screen. And then you're going to hit OK. Another menu is going to come up. You're going to say Frequency 20 lines per inch, Angle 45 degrees, and Shape Round. And you're going to hit OK. It's going to turn your image into a bitmap. Don't worry too much if you see this kind of, checkerboard pattern. That's just your screen resolution sort of interacting with the bitmap. Here's what you should see when you zoom in closely on the image. Basically a series of small dots that get smaller as the image gets lighter, bigger as the image gets darker. Now I'm going to go into File, Save, and I'm going to call it my last name. And I'm going to save it as a PSD image on my desktop. I'll end this screen recording and start another for how to upload this image to printFX. Okay, now let's talk about how to order your paper from printFX. First thing you're going to say, you're going to look up printFX online. I usually find it just by searching for printFX and FIT. Here's the printFX homepage. I'm going to say order online. It tells you pretty clearly how to make the folder, but let's go through it here. The kind of paper that we want and the kind of print that we want is in the budget posters section. Here's the form. They always tell you at printFX to save it to your computer before, download it to your computer so that you can actually fill out the form. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to open it from that saved version. And that'll let me actually fill in the form. I'm going to fill in my personal information here in area 1. Make sure to leave your phone number here. I'm going to say that you're going to say you're a student. And if you say my name here, then they'll know that it's for this class. And they'll know if anything seems, if like you filled out anything wrong. So here's what, in area 2, we're going to concentrate on this because this is where your important stuff is. Remember that my file name was Lorenz PSD. I don't need a page range. I could put 1 copy in there. I don't need resize to fit or add trim marks, don't need that. I want it to be black and white. I want it to be on vellum. My dimensions were 35 wide and 25 tall. That's all I need. I could say I want a total of 1 print, and then I can sign it here. I don't think the signature really matters, but as long as they have your phone number and that you've signed off on this, I think that's fine. And then I'm going to save it. Wait, how do I do that? I guess it maybe saves automatically. Okay, so now I'm going to take that saved file and put it into a folder on my desktop. I already made it right here. So here's my folder has my order form and my image in it. There's my order form, there's my image. The folder they want you to label with your last name and the date. And then you're going to email that form to printFX, just like they say to do right here. Order form, my file, in a folder, emailed to pfxorder@fitnyc.edu. And they should email you back right away. If you haven't heard from them in like a day, you might want to bug them. And then you should be able to pick it up, before class on Tuesday.